Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there. YouTube land, this is Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box. Today, we're doing First Appearance Friday, and we have chosen Aliens in honor of the week of 426, also known as LV426, also known as Acheron, depending on who you ask, the planet that Hadley's Hope exists on in the movie Aliens, and of course, the planet first settled upon by the Nostromo in the movie Alien, LV426. So with that in mind, Alien Day 426. So we went ahead and we're just doing an Alien week. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll see that. You can of course go in the link in the description below and follow me on Instagram if you're not already doing so. Let's give a shout out to the guys in the chat. Noble Young, first one here, of course. Carlito, what's going on, my man? Carlito, Benekin, and the Don Prime, yes. Hadley's Hope, 60 to 70 families. We call them shake and bake colonies. That's right. This is a tricky one to do. In fact, it probably won't be that in depth because a lot of their origin was actually established in the movies. But, you know, technically their first appearance in comics was in 1988, in May of 1988, when you had Aliens #1 from Dark Horse just pop onto the scene, just boom. And that same month, you also had a little snippet of an Alien tease and this one-off little comic book thing. I call it a one-off because I had personally never heard of it, called Video Jack #4. There was like a snippet of Alien in that. And also what happened right around that same time, no, I'm sorry, that's later on down the road. Won't confuse you. So, but the technical first appearance of aliens in the comic books, as far as their own original stories, that is not beholden to, not beholden to movie adaptation type thing, which is what was published before this, would be Aliens #1 by Dark Horse Presents right here. Excuse me, by Dark Horse Comics right here. This is your Aliens #1. This book is getting a bit of traction now because Marvel now owns the rights and Dark Horse no longer does. So this book is kind of rocketed up a little bit. Your other book that you want to look for if you want to collect the books, the other one that's kind of higher on the spectrum is Dark Horse Presents #24. And that's not the first appearance of anybody, but it is the first origin of the alien species in comic book form. Dark Horse Presents number 24. Another keys to look into would be Dark Horse Presents 34, 35, and 36, which is your first appearance of Alien versus Predator in any medium. So it surprised me to find that those books actually don't fetch a lot of money, which you would think they do because it's their first time, right? But in any case, the premise of the Alien series starts out in 1988, and what you have happen is basically Dark Horse gets the rights to publish a comic book adaptation, or not an adaptation, but a comic book version of the Alien stories, and it was known as canon. It was essentially the canon for Aliens going forward past the Aliens by James Cameron movie. What? Don Prime says Disney had the Alien license since 1986, attempted to make an Alien ride called Nostromo too violent for the Magic Kingdom, turned into an Alien experience. That I was not aware of. And it obviously wasn't film rights because Fox still held on to that. What's going on, Loco Lu? How you doing? But yeah, that's news to me. I did not find that in my searches. So if you guys want to read the first iteration of Aliens, I would suggest, now there may be other editions now, but this is a hardback I got, which has got the first 6 Alien books in it. It's a really nice hardback, and it's got a nice open from Mark Verheerden. I can't say his name. Verheerden. Mark Verheerden, written by. So he does this nice little introduction in here, and it's definitely worth checking out. I read this again today before the show just to see if there's any snippets in here. One of which was that they weren't allowed to use Ripley when they got the rights for Aliens. Did you guys not know that? I didn't know that. They were not allowed to use her. It wasn't until later that they were able to utilize her at all. They did make mentions to her character a few times, but they were not allowed to technically use her. So they were, when they start this series off, this series later is entitled Outbreak, the 1 through 6 first issues of Alien, starting from 88 to 89. Facebook user, I have the Alien Dark Horse comics from the 80s. Great series. Yes, they are. I got the first issue, got the whole set back there in the box, but yes, I love it. And then, of course, the hardback, which is the way I read it. I don't bust out the nice books. I read it in the hardback. So in any case, the series starts off and you're following around with Hicks and Newt. And this is 10 years after James Cameron's Aliens takes place. So this is taking up in the same universe, the same everything. And, this is what's happening to these characters. Hicks is all kinds of psychologically messed up and physically messed up. He's got he's deformed now because the alien blood that got in his face, and that's kind of messed with his head a bit, on top of the fact of just the aliens in general, xenomorphs in general, just freaky. So he develops a drinking problem. He develops, insubordination issues, that kind of stuff. But the military keeps him around in case, it's basically do not break glass in case, we run into more of these things, and we have this guy that's actually dealt with it. So they do keep him around, but he's like given the crap jobs, the crap assignments, just kind of left on his own devices, really, until they break glass and need him, which is, when Outbreak happens. So let's see. Carlito, what up, Don Prime? Loco Lu, yes. Loco Lu, you got the link. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Don Prime says, let's see, the original script for Alien Resurrection had Newt being clones. Joss Whedon wrote it. I had not. Again, this is stuff I didn't know. But yeah, let's just get you guys going on here. What's up, Barrett? How you doing? What's popping, Carlito? Yep. There we go. Just to make sure we're keeping up with the chat. Boom. So when they wrote this Outbreak series, they actually had up to 3 different series in mind. So they were building this whole thing because their plan was They wanted to get the Xenomorph to Earth. That's what Mark V. Herden wanted to do. He wanted to get the Xenomorphs to Earth. And he doesn't disappoint you. Now, later, of course, when they're actually on Earth, the series that you're looking for is Earth Wars. That's 3 series. I can do the fingers. 3 series in. So you have your Alien 1, which is Outbreak, this here, aka that here. And then you have Alien Series 2, which is, this is the cover of that book, which if you follow my Instagram, I tried to emulate this cover as best I could. But yes. Oh, you're getting ahead of me, Facebook user. William Gibson's screenplay for Alien 3 was supposed to continue the trajectory of Dark Horse comic series. Yes. That was what they were under the impression. But they were under the impression that their series was canon. But we're going to get to that. So Earth Wars follows that up. I have Earth Wars upstairs. I didn't bring it down. But that's your 3 main arc book stories that they were gunning for when they first pitched the whole Alien thing to their editor and got it going. Once the rights were gotten, Mark V. Herden got it, and boom, Aliens, let's go. That sustained them until like 1992-ish, 1993, somewhere around there, which is pretty good. Funnily enough, though, you got other stories after that, but those were like some of the big ones. In the 90s, the Aliens were huge. And of course, Alien versus Predator, something else that came along a little later. That was pitched, I think, well, it was brainstormed in the 80s, but, 89, right around there. And that, of course, happens, and Dark Horse presents 34, 35, and 36. That's where the first Alien versus Predator works into. You guys are throwing me off. Let's see. Yes, yeah. All right. You guys want to talk about Alien 3? All right, Ben. So let's jump on the Alien 3 topic. Let's not get too distracted here. So Alien 3, 1992 happens and blows up the entire Dark Horse series. They had to do a whole bunch of backpedaling because in the first few minutes of the movie, they killed off their 2, what Dark Horse was using as their 2 main characters. In that movie, Hicks is dead. Newt is dead. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen Alien 3. You're not missing a whole lot. It's not a horrible movie, but it's not a great movie. It's just kind of a mess. Nice representation of David Fincher, but otherwise, the movies. You got your runner alien, as Don Prime would say. He's having a rough day. I mean, he's tired. Loco Lu. There's the Lu. He's Loco.
People, what's up, Maz?
I don't know, man. Nothing much, man. Just got some aliens out. We're playing with the figures, the aliens.
Happy Alien Week, bro. Happy Alien Week.
Yeah, man. It's turned into Alien Week. I posted the Elvira Alien crossover for Facehugger Friday today, so I had some good times with that.
Nice.
But we were talking about Alien 3 and what it did to the comic book franchise. It totally destroyed the Dark Horse franchise. They had to they didn't kill off their characters to compensate. They didn't go, okay, we're going to kill off Hicks and Newt now because obviously they're dead. But what they ended up doing was renaming them to Wilkes and
what was it?
What was her name?
It was Wilkes and didn't they give us
Billy?
a generic name? Like a generic name?
I got it here. I just was hoping I could remember it.
She has some type of generic name, like Lily or something like that.
No, it's Billy, I think.
Billy. There you go.
I think it's Billy.
It's Billy. It had to be Billy. Because I'm thinking Lily. It has to be Billy.
Yeah, it started with a B. It was definitely a B word. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely a B word.
So
why am I not finding it though? This is ridiculous.
It's okay, Maz. I'm here to entertain. Penny, what are you doing? Don't play like that.
It's not fair. I need to find the answer to make sure.
Well, what was your introduction to Aliens? Was it the Alien movie itself?
It was probably the comic book, actually.
Okay.
Well, no, wait. The comic book came out in '88.
So would it be Aliens? When's the first time you were
I'm trying to
exposed
think
to
if I
Aliens?
caught it on cable before I went to the theater and saw it. I'm trying to remember. It's tough, man. I'm old. I forget these things.
I know you're
Um,
older than me.
Billy, yes, it was Newt became Billy, while Hicks was also
Yep.
known as Wilkes. Okay, I
I
was looking for
see.
a blue highlighted word and it wasn't a blue and highlighted. So
See, I was close. I was like, is it Lily or something? It was some generic name, and I'm like, Billy. There you go. Makes sense.
so they
Now,
renamed them both. And of course, one of the other things before we get away with your
oh
question,
yeah.
one thing I wanted to mention is Newt in the first Alien series. She's 18 now because this is 10 years
Mhm.
later, and she's been mentally destroyed this entire time. She's been in hospitals pretty much since
Mhm.
she's been back.
Exactly.
She can't sleep. She's got nightmares. They're actually trying to wipe her mind before Hicks takes her out of there. And then, so she never had any chance to socialize or anything. And she meets a guy, a Marine,
Mhm.
when they're going off to go to the alien homeworld and go take care of the aliens, which is all in the
Yep.
first book.
Mhm.
And she falls in love with him. She's like, they're getting it on, falling in love, all that kind of stuff. And you find out that the entire Marines, other than Hicks and Stevenson, were
Mhm.
all androids. They're all
Yep.
synthetics. So she was getting it on with a synthetic. And she didn't
All,
find
all,
out that until it got ripped in half.
yep. Milk everywhere, baby.
Yep. Let's see. What is Andre saying? I couldn't believe that Michael Biehn got paid more for the use of his likeness in Alien 3 than he got for his role in Aliens. Well, Michael Biehn wasn't the original cast choice. I forget who they had, but it was somebody much more popular. But I feel that now when I just think of him in the role, it wouldn't have worked, in my opinion. Who was it? Man, who was the original cast for Corporal Hicks? Come on, Don Prom. I know you know this off the top of your head. You can make me look it up.
Yep. Come on, Don. Come on, Don. Help us out. If you're not gonna be here, be here. But
Dwayne Hicks.
believe it or not, my introduction to the whole Alien franchise was Aliens, and that Queen Alien and Power Loader fight was like gave me nightmares, bro. But it was so good, I had to get the toys. So when Kenner came out with the figures, I was getting everything, brother.
James Remar, that's who it was.
Okay.
He you probably recognize him from shoot, now I can't even think what he was in. He's not he never really turned into anybody big. He was usually like a tertiary character in a movie or something. Who was the OG Hicks? But so you're saying the movie Aliens is what introduced you to
yeah, I
the
was
Alien?
born in '85, and I believe it was like on cable television when I saw it for the first time with my dad. And me and my dad, we would watch horror films, alien films, sci-fi stuff. Like he's the reason why I'm a Trek fan. He's the reason why I'm a Trek fan. And then my mom caught up on Trek and watching Trek continuously. But Aliens was my thing. I was looking at all kinds of sci-fi films. Like that was my jam. So growing up, it was the X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman animated series, all animated series, and Aliens. As far as figures is concerned, it was that with the Turtles. So I had all those to play with. You know what I mean? Those were my jam. So all the Kenner stuff I was getting. I had the Flying Queen Alien, the Power Loader.
Yeah.
I was looking for. I had Gorilla Alien, Bull
I had the
Alien.
original Kenner AVP. I still have them. The AVP
Yeah,
set.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not, of
I
course, in the
saw that.
box because I opened them up and did stuff with them. I even sent away for the Cloaked Predator, the
Yeah,
Kenner one. I have that too.
yeah. Those were my jam, bro. And I wasn't into the comics, only the comics that came with the toys. So each comic you get, or each toy you got, led to the next story
Yeah.
of the toy. So I was looking at it, reading it. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is cool. This is cool. But I never got into the comics until I got older. And instead of starting off at the very beginning, I started off in the middle with what was it? Earth Wars?
Earth Wars was the third story in.
Oh, third one.
So you had
started
your
off
Alien,
after-
and then you had your Aliens. The second one, the same, both same title, but two
Yeah.
different sets, 1 through 6 and 1 through 4 set. And then Earth Wars was another 1 through 4 set.
Yeah. So I went and read that for a little bit, and I dropped it off because I started getting into Marvel, like hardcore Marvel. So it was like guilty pleasure, but I know enough to hold conversations, but not enough where I am like my Ninja Turtle counterpart.
Oh no, I'm not a Don Prime for this. That's for darn sure, man. Because I've read it, I like it, but I'm not one of I've never been for any subject one of those people that read stuff and just would be like the person you would go ask then. You know, like,
yeah,
what happened?
Don Prime's the sponge.
My brain just does not handle storytelling chronologically when I try to like retell things or try to explain things. It's usually all out of order, and I'm like the worst person to ask.
Yeah,
or I'll know it, and I just don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, sometimes the best parts are what you tell first, and then you go into other parts that were.
Yeah, that's usually how I tell stories. So I'm really bad at that stuff. But come to think of it, my first experience was actually Alien, but it was on cable. So it was right around the time Aliens was out, and I think HBO was showing it. So that's when I saw Alien. You know, I didn't watch it in 79. I would have been 5 years old. So, you know, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been something my parents would have taken me to see.
But
it's not like I could have drove myself.
Listen, all the horror and sci-fi stuff is all thanks to my dad. And the reason being is because my dad loves all those films to watch, right? When it's me, my sister, and it was just us at home, you know, and we would watch these things religiously. And there was times we would have nightmares of a combination of things. So imagine a Xenomorph combo Leprechaun in the Hood.
That's pretty funny.
Just imagine that little terror running around chasing you, or a Chucky-sized Xenomorph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was good times, and I think the golden age of horror films are done. As far as like,
I unfortunately I feel the same way. I mean, I just recently watched that new Scream remake.
Oh,
have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet. I heard mixed reviews.
It was dumb. It was just bad. It was like, if you've seen the first movie, you don't need to see this one. It's just all the tropes hold, and you're like, I know who did it. It's like, come on. And it was just,
it's not like Halloween.
And the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre, same thing. Same thing. That was just so bad. It was horrible. But let's not deviate too much.
Not too
Facebook
much.
user, which I believe has been, and he's got two different accounts running or something at the same time, because he made the impression that he really liked Bennikin, who's Ben, and just letting on. So if you're not, I apologize, but he was talking about the 1/18 scale Haya Toys APC. I really would like to get either that or the Eagle Moss one. The problem is, though, is I don't want to get to that smaller scale, man. I was in some shops and I saw some in hand. In fact, there was one of the 1/18 scale Haya toys. It had the machine guns that they set in Aliens, the automated machine guns.
Yep.
And I was like, man, if this was just one scale higher, like 1/12, I would be buying the crap out of this. But no, it's 1/18, and I was like, oh.
And here's the thing: they got better over time. Their first batch of Xenomorphs were horrible. Their first,
the figures are looking great.
Now they're looking great. Before, early on, it was rough, bro.
But they're too small. Rough. They're just too small. I can't go back to
I'm talking about
the 3 3/4. Huh?
They fell apart.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the first ones fell apart, but they started getting better over time, and now they're like uber expensive. It's like the price you pay for a higher toy is the price you pay for a NECA, and I'd rather get a NECA.
The NECAs are, I mean, this guy failed me. I was really, we're gonna deviate here for a little bit for a little toy talk here. This figure here failed the hell out of me, right? This is the Alien 3 runner. I bought it because I thought it was going to be posable as all hell. It's a runner. It's got triple jointed knees and shit, and you're just like, yeah, let's go. Look at the pose I can get. But look what happens when you try to pose him. His leg falls off every time you try to get those tall poses. His legs just fall off. I was so disappointed, and the reason why they do that is because if you look here, and Lou pointed this out because he knew, there's a hole, and they have to join each other through the crotch, which is, extending these a little further than they should already. So this peg's got to plug into that hole inside the other leg through the crotch. And so any pressure from the ball joint just pushes the two pegs apart and his legs pop off.
That was the old technology that they used on the TMNT figures. So they have the same style. So
yeah,
some people would have bad batches or bad breaks, right? Because when they were put together while it was still hot, and they'll have, QC issues, and they'll never stand the test of time. But I'll tell you one thing, once you heat it up and you use a little bit of glue, and I mean glue like sparingly, just for friction, or you can get those legs the way you want it, Maz. Just sparingly. But
I didn't need to do it. I just buy the resurrection ones, and I can get these legs up here without any problem.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about to salvage your runner. Just to salvage your runner.
Yeah, but look how high I can get that leg up there, man. I can get the nice.
Dude. Yo, if you see any more of those, let me know, bro.
I bought all that my Target had because I got them to ring them up $12 cheaper.
Oh, nice.
They had them sitting on a McFarlane peg, and I was like, yeah, this is $24.99. Huh. They said, okay. They didn't send me to the back or anybody to the back to check it. They said, okay. And I was like, cool. It's no longer $36.99. They're $24.99.
Hey, you could be ashamed all you want.
But I bought 3 of these bad boys.
You got to come up, and you actually was right. So, regardless if buyers are being aware. If the seller is not aware, that's the seller's fault.
If they're putting them on the wrong peg and they got a messy NECA section, I mean, it's a complete catastrophe back there. I mean, I was lucky to even find your Bronx. Remember when I was in the store and I showed you that picture of holding one Bronx, and I was about to tell you, tough shit, I only got one, and then you see just on the peg, like just where it shouldn't have been.
It was garbage.
Another one. But I mean, you see the floor, like everything else was on the floor, just like, ugh.
Yeah,
but it was like they weren't together. The two weren't together at this point. But back to Aliens. All right, let's get back to the first appearance of Aliens because I don't want to completely throw you guys off. S Beam, by the way, I want to give you a shout out. And then Carlito is saying, scale is everything. Best stick to 1 or 2 scales to have a cohesive collection. Exactly. So I'm doing the 1/12 and I'm doing the 1/6 scale. Hard to display everything when scales are all over the place. And in fact, if you guys look at my Instagram, which if you're confused, I retitled it so everything's the same title now. Maz's Toy Box is my Instagram now instead of Invader Maz. It should the link in the description will still take you there. I made sure to update everything. But and if you already follow me, it won't matter. But when I did my shot for today, I'll bring it up just so we can talk about it properly. It's not what I had in mind, but we're gonna do it anyway. Hold on. We'll just pause my story time.
A little deviation, but it still follows in the same pattern because we're talking about
we're talking about the scales and
xenomorphs. But I'll tell you one thing: there's nothing wrong with having multiple scales. It's just that it puts you in a financial hole where you're trying to catch up and get the same exact figure in a small scale for the same price, if not more, which is so you don't want to do that. Look at that shot.
So there's my shot for today.
We need more rim lights.
It is a little darker, and that's just because the way the dang thing handles I need to color grade properly. But the reason why I mentioned it is this facehugger here in the foreground is a 1/6 scale facehugger. That is 1/6 scale. The one in the egg over here on the right, let me put the mouse in the right spot where you see it. Over here, that's the one that comes with a NECA, and of course she's a NECA scaled figure herself. So, Elvira and the facehugger and the eggs, it's all due to depth and perception that makes it look that way. So it's it worked out though. It worked out. I was pretty happy with it. Just wish I'd brightened it up some more because I didn't realize how dark it was going to look. I thought I had fixed it, but no. But yeah,
dude. Sorry, I'm still having dinner.
Then again, Target, $1 billion company, was just crippled by moms getting figures for $12 cheaper. Dude, I wouldn't have bought this figure. As cool as this is, I wouldn't have bought this guy for $36. He comes with nothing. Okay, he comes with nothing. Your ultimate figures, like your warrior, and your big chap, they come with the eggs and the face huggers and the chest bursters, and it kind of warrants the price a bit. And in fact, they're still $34.99 and not $36.99, if I'm not mistaken. But they want $36.99. They're gonna fall over. They want $36.99 for this guy in a blister pack that you can't reseal. I mean,
yeah, it's because it's an older figure. It's before they gave us the new packaging. Because remember, it was 2019, right? The box.
as well in the packaging was 2019.
So that was the last time we had the bubble packaging, that unresealable packaging. Now they gave us the cardboard box where it has the collectibility.
Yeah, which is what I like, because you can reseal that. I love it. But I'm a big fan of the dome head on my aliens as opposed to the Cameron heads.
Yeah,
that nice shiny dome. The Cameron heads, I mean, they're okay, but you really just kind of have to be in the mood for them. That this is the gold one. I had the blue one too. I just didn't bring them both over here. No, in fact, wait, I did. No, I didn't. That's a big chap. I got a mess of stuff. There's the let go, big chap. There's a big chap. Wait, big chap. James Cameron. So Alien 1, Aliens, and then the runner is Alien 3, which destroyed. Moving back to comics, we're going full circle. Destroyed the Dark Horse universe.
Yep.
Dark Horse was like, "What are we gonna do now? Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man. Game over."
Facebook, yes, I need some NECA USCM figures, man. I have none.
Me neither.
I only have the Nostromo crew figures. Only a couple of them too. I got Kane, I got Lambert, and I got Ripley. And I got Kane because he was $20, and he's the one that got me started to buy the other ones. Because I was like, all right, well, I got one. Probably should grab a couple. So, and Kane was the coolest one. The alien attached to his face. So. But yeah, I was trying to reread this book actually today, and I don't know, I'm getting to that age where my testosterone levels, I guess, are really lower now, because I couldn't stay awake. I like the book, I really do, but I was just going cross-eyed at reading it and just like, wait, no.
I can't believe you just said your testosterone levels.
Well, that's what causes men to fall asleep, is the lower testosterone levels as they age. When they're just sitting there, that's why your dad's always asleep on the chair or something, in front of the television. So, if I'm out and about, man, they're still pumping. The juices are still flowing. But if I'm just sitting there, man, my eyes. Say again?
No, I was talking to my daughter. I was telling her to shoot. Shoot.
Okay. Oh man, we're gonna do this actually. I meant to switch this out too. I meant to switch this out for the day. Hold on, pictures. This is my favorite one, I think, and I'm gonna use it as much as I can. I would have used it as the wallpaper thumbnail thing for today, but I used it earlier this week. So, come on. That's not what I put on there. Where'd it go? Wait. Oh, too large. Oh, wow.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, man.
Too large.
File is a bit too large. The size limit is 20 megabytes for images and 3 megabytes for GIFs. How big was it? Man.
She didn't say. She just said, he's large.
All right, olive oil.
I knew you would get it.
Yeah.
But, so... Aliens was nice, but I was more into Predator than anything else. So when I was like getting exposed to the action genre after the horror, was like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnie, Clint, Charles Bronson. Like my father was taking me backwards. You get what I'm saying? To see a lot of these action stars. And then when we got to Arnold, we got freaking Predators. We got the Yautja. So I fell in love with that because I was like, oh, we got an alien who's strong, fast, and he goes invisible with all this tech. Oh, man.
I like them both pretty equally, to be honest with you. And by the way, I pulled this up because this was the technical first appearance of any alien in any comic book. But, if you want to be very technical, Heavy Metal, May of 1979. So And then the next month in June of 1979, we had this
When you
come
say
out.
alien, you're talking about Xenomorph?
Well, it was a teaser for this because this came out the next month. So,
Okay.
yeah, this was the first publication of any aliens in any comic book format. This is put out by Heavy Metal, but this is just an illustrated story for the movie Alien by Ridley Scott. Is what it was. So, and yeah, Ben, I think that's you again, Facebook user. Prey is coming out soon. I can't wait. I'm hoping it's not bad. I am a little skeptical because it's going directly to digital, on demand, whatever. It's basically going direct to video, which has me concerned. I'm not a fan of that.
It should concern you. I don't think it should concern you, and here's why.
I really hope it doesn't, but it does right now. Say you broke again. You broke up. I'm sorry.
I said that's the norm now.
Oh, well, kind of. Everything that went directly to digital, like on Warner Brothers side, when they had that stuff for HBO Max that whole year, man, none of it was anything I would write home about. You're just like, wow, I can see why all this was free. Oh, Ben, you said you don't know who that is? Why do I not believe you? All right, Facebook user, I apologize. I will no longer assume you're Ben. You may have been Ben, but you're no longer Ben. Now you're a Facebook user. So anyway, dude, I love the Alien franchise. The comic books actually, I think, are written better than the Predator comic books. And there's a reason, though, I think that works better as a comic book, at least in what I've read. I haven't read everything that they've put out, but, the stuff that I have put out. In the movies for Predator, you do get an idea of how they communicate, whereas the comic book can't really display that. They show you that it's saying something, but you can't make out what it is. It's not like they give you a little translation of like what they're sampling or whatever half the time. No, it's just like, what are you saying? And they can't emote at all. There's no physical representation of really, like, other than maybe pointing at a character. It's really hard to really discern what they're saying, which is why I wish they would put translations at least when they do the little stuff.
I think reason being is because for such a advanced species, right, we still observe them and respond to them, even as the reader, like a caveman.
Yeah, but as a watcher of the movies,
horrible.
you get a better idea. They can emote. They can give you that realization of what they want.
They don't give you the clicks. They don't say click, 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 click.
No,
click,
they sample something and they give it to you, which is like, I'm like wondering why we don't have that for their communication in the comic books. But with that being said, though, I despised the way they handled it in The Predator when they made that translation machine. Yep. I was like, please, God, no, stop, don't, no. I was like Michael Scott from The Office. Like, no, God, no, please, God, no.
Reverse engineer the click sampler where it records and repeats, so that way it makes sense to them.
Just, God, I didn't want that, man. I really didn't want that. It was just no. I mean, they had understood. I mean, yeah, they. I hate to go on this tangent now. We're leaving Alien, going to Predator, but they did a really great job of being able to communicate what the Predator was trying to communicate to the audience and whomever it was trying to communicate with. They did a great job with that with all the other movies before that. And then whose idea was it to go, let's make a translator for him? Because I don't know what he's saying. I don't know. I want to hear a voice. Let's hire somebody else. Let's have a voice actor now. Yay.
Well, did they use voice actors for the clicks?
It's possible. It doesn't matter.
For AVP, I think they did a voice actor who did the clicks for AVP, and it's not the same actor where they would just just do the random sounds. Like, what does this animal sound like? What does he sound like? Click, 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 right? And I think if they would have did the emote suggestions, snarl, sounds like a cat, and then the click, 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 like a dung beetle or whatever, or scarab, whatever clicks like because it has like a combination of almost I want to say cat-like, dog-like, like growl with a hissing sound of a reps of an insect. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
They do
But
that a lot in
Xenomorph,
movies. So they get samples of other creatures and use that for different sound effects and or different creatures entirely. The reason why I brought this cover back up though is because, as I was saying, this is your first technical any alien in any comic book, and this one's only on here because they had like an 8 or 9 page spread giving you a tease of that other book I just had on the screen. So it was just 8 or 9 pages of this book. They were showing a month earlier in the other book. And then your other appearance of Alien, which happened in the same month, May of '88, but a different week. It was a little later, was Video Jack number 4. And this is another iteration of Alien in comic book. So this could be considered tied, but it's not if you look at the week of publication. Aliens, this book here, is still number 1. So first appearance of Aliens, original Aliens in the comic book, right there, May of 1988. Facebook user says Ridley Scott originally wanted Ripley to die at the end of the first movie. Then the Xenomorph was going to change the narcissist. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the name of the shuttle. I never remember the name of the shuttle. Of course, to show it was intelligent. 20th Century Fox did not approve that ending. I don't approve that ending. I think Ridley Scott needs to have his toys taken away. All right, he's okay to a point, but then he starts making crazy decisions. And I'm done with it,
But he was taking it to a horror standpoint, and I understand because it's a horror film. It wasn't meant to be a sci-fi action film like the second one is. And I think the second one just outdid Alien just because of the sheer numbers of scenes.
I think they're both really good, although trying to watch the original Alien director's cut, that throws me off because who's laying the eggs? Why do we have people tied up with eggs? This is a warrior running around. It's not able to make eggs. So that kind of bugged me.
Yeah, but we didn't get the consensus of what was going on. Think of it like this. It's possible that the way they had this all written out is where it leads back to Prometheus. It was all on a ship to begin with. So who created the queen to get the queen in there? That's where this whole Prometheus thing and whatever the other film is named that's gonna come out soon more with Xenomorph stuff that led to it being so convoluted. Like the mystery was that it was a mystery and you didn't know, but you had this threat and you had to figure out how to get rid of it. You understood how it worked to create it, but you didn't know where it originated from other than that ship.
Well,
and that's what it was.
Well, we also had the space jockey introduced in the first Alien movie.
Yep.
Exactly. Which we learned later in Prometheus as the engineers. And in this book, from 1988, they had them in here. They had the engineers in here.
But they look like elephants, didn't they?
They weren't quite right, though. They look more like elephants. They didn't realize when they drew them that these characters were actually wearing spacesuits already. So they didn't realize that they were that humanoids. They made them more of like an elephant type person, two-legged elephant type thing. But they didn't know that when they made the book that was what they were. And the engineers in this book did not hate humans. It was only there to help deal with the alien, the xenomorph itself. In this book, anyway. I don't know how it changes past that because it's been a bit and it's just kind of crazy. But so yeah.
Give me one moment. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna make some noise, wash some dishes, man. I just finished eating my dish. That's what I do.
Man, you should do what you do. All right, so Facebook user, the Juggernaut on LV-426 was an engineer warship. Yes, exactly. Yes. What is this now? Don Prime, elephants were used as the base for the aliens' scream speech. Were they now? That I guess, yeah, if you listen to the sound in your head, yeah, I can kind of get that scream speech. Yeah, I can see where you get the elephants from now. Interesting point. Very interesting point. Something I wouldn't have thought of. Obi Lula, thanks. I'm trying my best here. I don't know everything. I've read, the main book. I've read, the wiki. I've read some odds and end books, but it's been a while. The most recent thing I read was this and some wiki. So I apologize if I'm not full up. And of course, I don't know everything about the movie stuff. I have watched the memory making of Aliens thing, or Alien, whatever, that kind of stuff. But it's been a minute, And as I was telling Lou, I'm really bad at telling stories. My brain gets confused. It starts giving you stuff out of order. It's really bad. But we'll do our best. So, yes, the engineers are first introduced in this book here, which is the hardback of the first 6 issues. And, of course, they look more like elephant people than they do humanoids with space masks. They are on 2 legs, though. Andre, I've never been a fan of Ridley Scott directing. Love his visuals, but his pacing, not so much. His brother, Tony, was better, in my opinion, and James Cameron is my favorite. Yes, I would agree with you entirely on that, Andre. The other thing that I have a big problem with Ridley Scott is the fact that, more recently anyway, he had to take the Alien franchise and turn it into the replicant franchise. And I'm like, that's what Blade Runner's for. Leave your replicants over there. Why are we trying to mess with, why are we making this the David show now? Why is this the David movie? I mean, it was interesting in the first movie how he was like kind of, Ash 2.0, but then they like brought him into Covenant and he's like full on crazy now, and he, takes over for Walter. And I didn't want it to be that. I wanted to be the Alien story when Alien Covenant hit. That's what I wanted. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of the replicants taking precedence over the Aliens in that franchise there when he started doing that. OG fan was Star Wars was just Star Wars. What's that, buddy? No way. Ridley Scott is one of the best, in my opinion. Tony has more action, but really has more story. Again, everybody's allowed their opinion. I'm of the mind, though. I mean, the moment he started messing with Blade Runner and like changing from his theatrical cut to these other cuts is when I got mad at him. It was way before the Alien stuff. That's when I started losing. I was like, leave it alone. The theatrical cut is all we need. I don't need you to force feed me that Deckard is a replicant, because Philip K. Dick never told you. You weren't supposed to know.
Rant. Here we go with another.
I'm sorry, but he's talking about Ridley Scott.
But this is the truth, though. Ridley Scott's a little nuts. He's a little nuts.
I'll give him some credit for coming up with some of the stuff he's come up with, but stop breaking the stuff when you touch it too. If you're too feeble to handle it now, give it to somebody like Neil Blomkamp and let him put Diane word in there. What the hell was that all about with Chappie? But let's see. Don Prime, he says James Cameron's pitch for Fox for Alien 2. Don't call it that. James doesn't like Alien 2. It's Aliens. Was him putting a $sign at the end of the Alien in the Fox meeting. He confirmed it. That's pretty awesome. I didn't see that part in the little notes I was reading. So that's pretty cool. Yes, I want to see Earth Wars. I want to see this become something. I want them to go back. Of course, Michael Bihn's probably too old. They'd have to recast him. They can, of course, going to have to recast Carrie Henn as well, because Newt would be way too old. But unless they just come back way later, like Ripley, 58 years. Was it 57, 58? I forget. Years, between the first 2 movies. I guess they could do that, but
they could.
Anyway, how many people need to get lost in space? They just recast them. So, right? So, I would love to see them do these first few books into Earth Wars, man. I would really love it. Let me just make sure I'm caught up with everybody here. Hold on here. The Hulu show, he says, I assume you're talking about the Marine show, right? I forget the name of the Marine show, the Alien Marine show. That might have aliens on Earth. That would be cool if it was like following Colonel Spears and doing that stuff with the Alien Earth War stuff. That'd be really cool. OG fan, yes, that's the same George did with Star Wars. The original releases are better than the sequel. George didn't direct all the original ones either. He knew enough to step back in the original ones, but in the prequels, he had his hands all over that. Ugh, don't want to get on a tangent. Let's see. Facebook user, if you watch in Blade Runner 2049, there appears to be engineers and stasis tubes in the tower. I wouldn't doubt it because they're all tied together, as Don mentioned earlier. Blade Runner, Soldier, and Aliens, and I guess kind of now Predator, because now that Marvel owns that, or Disney owns that, I don't see why they would separate those franchises, regardless of what really Scott says. They're going to probably run with the Dark Horse tied together because they know that's the fans want it. Ridley can be damned on that one. So, yeah, you're going to have all those universes tied into one, which is going to be pretty awesome. Let's see. OG fan, Ridley's first movie, The Duelist, which I personally have not seen, is one of my favorite movies of all time. Same with Kingdom of Heaven, director's cut. I like Kingdom of Heaven, although I don't like Orlando Bloom. So that says a lot, though. I like the movie, right? So, it's cool. There's times where I can take him, I guess.
He's tolerable.
He's tolerable at times, but once they started giving a whole bunch of speaking roles in Lord of the Rings, I was like, I'm done with you. Get out of here. Blood red moon, my ass. Shut up and get off the screen. Go shoot something with your bow and arrow. Be quiet. Dumb lines. Go shoot toads with lightnings. That's how I felt when he started talking like that. It's like, oh, stop. Don Prime, OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Kingdom of Heaven is amazing. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Sorry, Lou, I talked over you with that. Did I lose you? All right. Well, we'll move on. So, Alien versus Predator happens, and that was when the entire Dark Horse comic line really started taking off for Aliens and Predators and all that kind of stuff. And that happened in Dark Horse Presents, as I mentioned before, in issues 34, 35, and 36. The one where they actually fight, though, is issue 36. And, I realized I have a variant cover of that, not the actual cover.
So I didn't want you to be alone on the Xenomorph front. So now that I'm done eating dinner, I am bringing some of my personal favorite Xenomorphs because of their tie-in and somewhat exclusivity. And that is my yellow Pizza Monster style Xenomorph. So I have 3 of these. Oh, yeah. One's in the box still. So,
is it a blister pack? Is that what it came in?
Blister pack, yeah. Blister pack. So I kept one on ice and kept 2, to play. And these were the first indications from NECA that we were going to get some Ninja Turtle stuff. So they gave us the sewer mutation Xenomorph warrior. Now, this is using that
he's built off the same as my he's built off the same body as the resurrection body.
Yep. The resurrection body was the precursor to the AVP alien and the sewer mutation because it's using the same body, but this is also the 1-to-1 of the AVP-R alien because of the crest. This specific crest is from the AVP-R.
Yeah, they had it in the AVP-R. Exactly.
And everything that's on here is AVP-R, even down to the toes. Like it didn't have that chicken foot situation. It was flat-footed. So this right here is one of my favorites because of the crossover, and the ability to take photography from the live action and kind of recreate the cartoon into live action form, but also one of my favorite Predators, based off a video game, has this as a biomask, and I brought him over.
Oh yeah, the alien. Yeah, nice. So you actually have the Predator because they did release them, right? I know a lot of people custom made the mask though. So that's what
they custom made the mask more so for the
1/6
6 scale. Early on, they did do this because we didn't have many Predators to begin with. We were kept getting rehashes of the Lost Tribes, right? Yeah. and we still are. We're getting like the 2.0 ultimate bodies now. And I'm fine. Keep dishing them out. You know, I'll get them, repaint the old ones, and you know, keep the new ones looking fresh. But I think the AVP body is the best body out there. But that mask though, Xenomorph all the way, bro.
I kind of want that one just for that mask. Yeah, my favorite Predator right now though is the Alpha. I like the Alpha a lot.
Oh, Alpha's perfect. It's just that he is caveman style, first official Yaochua Predator in armor, you know, and I love it. It's its own take. It takes the behind the scenes.
Yeah, they did the Van Damme Predator.
Yeah, exactly, and basically made that into armor, which I thought was dope. You know, because we're not going to see that as a figure. Might as well take accents of that character and put it onto the Predator we know and love.
I don't think there was any point where I said I really wanted to see that Van Damme Predator. No. After seeing what they came up with, I was like, no, I don't need to go back. I don't need to go back there and see that.
I don't want to see it as a film. I want to see it as a toy.
It'd be like watching Doctor Who with their special effects, like the Solvine come to mind. If you know who they are from Doctor Who, the Solvine. Yep. That's what it would remind me of watching that now. But that's awesome. So here's the cover, guys, though, real quick, of the first appearance of Alien versus Predator. This is the variant cover. Your actual cover is on the back of this one. I really should have left this out of the bag because now I gotta retape it. Yes, Bennikin. That's one of the things that really kept me back on Doctor Who for the longest time was its special effects. That's just like,
Well, the special effects were more very childish, if you will.
Maybe you think maybe.
Yeah.
So the this is your normal cover right here, but this is of course the Virgin because it's on the back side of the same book. So the normal cover of the book is this here. Your variant cover, which is the one I particularly have, is this here. There's still first editions. It's just this is one of the first iterations of variant covers. I guess they did. So I wish I kind of found that cover though. I like that one better.
I like the fact
shame that's sitting on the back.
I like the fact that you got the second variation of the cover because you get two prints of the cover in one book.
Yeah, but I got I got the boards covering the back now. See?
That's true. Now you need to get crystal clear acrylic. You need an acrylic board where it's not cardboard.
They make clear boards. They do.
Yep, and that would be perfect for that specific type of book.
And yes, Bennikin, you were hearing Doctor Who slander. I was getting on, the Slovene. Don Prime, the BBC is limited in what they can spend on special effects CGI by British law. I know. Yeah. They
spend more time slandering the manosphere than anything else.
I am really stoked that I got all these books here. I got these from my buddy over at Comic Kings in Virginia Beach, Virginia. If you guys are ever up that way, if he doesn't have it in the store and you make the rapport with him, he'll bring it from home because he's probably got it at home. What sucks though is as soon as I got back from Virginia Beach, he pulled out. He posted on his website or his Facebook. CGC. He just got CGC books back, and he had a 9.8 of Predator #1. I was like, damn it!
Wow.
I would have bought that, even though I have two. Okay. Even though I have two full sets of Predator. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize I had a whole second set of Predator. Now that I got two copies of #1, one of which has water damage. So while Lou is gone here, he's in the loo. Here's your Video Jack #4. This was your runner-up for first appearance of Predator. There he is.
Yeah, my bad.
And then he goes away again.
I'm here.
Well, it's a black screen. There you go.
Well, I like my screen.
Yeah, and again, I'd never heard of this, and when I found out about this book, I asked Joey over at Comic Kings, "Is like, do you have this? Can you bring this before I go?" And he's like, "I've never heard of it." And I'm like, "Dude, that's saying a lot because you got tons and tons of years of knowledge." He's been running a comic shop since I was old enough to drive, and then before that, he was doing baseball cards, but always liked comics. But he had a baseball card store before that. And he's like one of those comic book shops you walk into. He's relatively small when you think of like Midtown Comics or Mile High Comics, you know, any of those big comic shops.
Yeah.
But he freaking churns and burns money, man. He's like constantly selling. He's got a great eye for grading books himself. So not that he tries to slab it or anything, but when he tells you that, you know, when he prices it, because he'll have like 3 different copies of the same book, and each one will be priced differently, to what grade they are and what he, comes up with. And he'll do this little trick, which I learned, is you put 4 boards in the mylight with the book that you really like I did here. There's 4 boards in here, man. This isn't going anywhere.
It's very taut.
It's very tight in there. I like it. It's not too tight to mess up the book, but it's tight enough that the book's not really moving around. It's, they're not going to worry about it really. It's gonna be nice and pretty. I might as, I could. Shit, where'd it go? I lost it.
No, you didn't. It's there.
Yeah, you're right. It's right here. I could even still put it in this top loader if I want. Not that I really use these, but I bought them because impulse buy. Why am I putting a book in upside down? What am I doing?
You're trying to make sure that no one steals it.
Yeah, well, this is a
Not
top
even
loader
you.
here. But and then the back flap got stuck on the loader. But yeah, great shop to go into if you guys are in that area. He also can do online stuff. You follow him on his Facebook account and stuff. But I not only just gotten home and I wasn't there for that Predator #1, but I was now broke because I bought my Mezco Nosferatu, the second one.
How much did that run you back, if you don't mind?
$215.
$215? Yeah, sounds about right.
That was shit. Well, it was better than what he was because he was going for like $4 when I looked.
I was not going to go for that. No.
I wasn't going to go that high either. Let's see. Don Prime, I acquired a 9.8 New Avengers #1 Spidey cover going to my brother for his birthday.
Nice.
New Avengers #1. That's where you from 5-6 years ago. That one, New Avengers #1, because they got a new #1 every week now. It's crazy. Nice. Rock on. OG fan was just Star Wars tight, but not too tight. Nice and pretty. Are we sure we're talking about comics? Yes, we are. Because I didn't say it was wet.
I don't have any comics of it, so I show figures. So
too much. Bennikin, sorry, maybe I should have explained I'm British and was making fun. Okay. Yeah, 2005. So that's that actual one there too. All right. Okay, and Paul Cronin, what's up, man? How you doing, man? But yeah, this is your first time the Alien and Predator cross path. They begin fighting, and Dark Horse presents number 36 right there. And this is the variant cover. You're going to have to rewind to see the back of this. I'm not pulling it back out. I'm sorry, but the back of it would be what you would expect to see on the actual cover A. This is cover B. Same printing, just 2 different covers. This is the more valuable one though, which is weird because, like I said, I kind of like the artwork of the cover A personally. But,
and that's because it gives you both covers. That's why you get a 2-in-1 deal with this.
Yeah, maybe I should just put it in backwards. What do you think?
Yep.
Can see that, man.
You put it in backwards, people will be like this. Why is there's nothing on it? Because this is
why do you have a virgin variant? What's up with that? Why is it a virgin variant?
It's like, who got how did you get a virgin variant? What's that from?
Yeah. There's an idea. But man, I can't wait to see what Marvel does with it. I mean, I started reading that Marvel Alien series and it wasn't that bad, but the problem is my shop lost their contract for a little bit, so they missed a couple issues, so I had to track some of them down. I think I finally got it all caught back up, but I haven't sat down and read it yet. But
gotcha. I did a little bit of research on the bricks that we were talking about of being not in scale or whatever. It just so happens there's different sizes of bricks.
Yes,
there's
I know.
Some that fit in the palm of your hand, and there's some that's big you need 2 hands for. That's like a cement block. So
let it go, Lou. Let it go.
No, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm letting you know your eyes are messed up. You need thicker glasses, bro.
All right. That's for a different stream. That's for the photography stream.
Just letting you know you wrong, bro.
This is an Alien, but I really wish I had the first of this one. This is the part 2. I wish I had the part 1.
Real quick, that shirt is fire. I just noticed.
I've had this one for a while, man.
I thought it was a skeleton rib cage for a second, and then I really look at it. Oh, it's a face hugger. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. That's the one you was talking about the other day, yesterday when you had a buy.
No, I haven't gotten that one in yet. That won't be out till May.
Oh, okay.
But I got this whole run here. I haven't been able to track down the first run. This is the second run.
Oh yeah.
Part 2, and apparently Huntress plays a big role in this one.
Yep. Yep.
Along
I
with
don't know
Batman.
if I still have those.
There's the Huntress. They even had to put her in a thong for that shot there. I don't know why. But
Oh yeah. Sex appeal. That's why.
Yeah.
Sex appeal.
That's what Game of Thrones did. That's how it got popular.
Whatchamacallit, I have the Batman versus Predator 2-pack, and it's pretty dope.
And the NECA?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. And I also have the Xenomorph versus Superman.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to buy those up there when I was up there, but I didn't because I don't like NECA's engineering that much. I'll buy the one-off Xenomorph, but the figures particularly, I really hate how they do the crotches. Like, so I mean, like this guys, I'm sorry, we're going on a little tangent. Now, this guy, he's got a crotch that kind of, it lets you really get in there and move him around and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the NECA, they got that Kinner type crotch where it's like this huge crotch area and the legs join at this weird angle. So then when they walk, they only go over and out like that. Like that would be him stepping forward, like that. Like kicking out to the side and stuff. And that really irritates the crap out of me with their bodies for humans. The turtles do the same thing.
The turtles do the same thing for what you're saying, but my Batman was fine. I didn't have no issues with it.
This one's got
yeah, that's an older figure.
His head's somewhere else because I was trying to with the mask and it didn't stay on, so I put it in the box. Let's see. All good here, Mods. Love your alien work this week. Thank you, Paul. Dude, I had a blast doing the alien stuff this week.
Speaking of which, I'll be right. I'm here.
I was going to bring up Donatello. So we glued this back here, Lou, so that it doesn't untie anymore. But
nice. Are you still able to thread in the?
Yeah, I can thread it. All right,
good.
So we just we got it set and then we glued it so it stopped untying.
Awesome.
But, the turtles have the same problem. So see how like when you want to kick forward, how his legs coming out. I don't know if there we go. They're straight on. See his legs coming out to the side when you kick forward. I guess if I put him in a sitting down, you'll see it best.
But see, the turtles are an exception because they have a shell for the crotch.
No, I mean NECA figures in general do that. They all do that. I'll pull out a different one. I just gotta find it.
I wish I could pull out my Hal Jordan Green Lantern because he doesn't do that, and he has the same body as the new Defenders of the Universe.
Here we go. I got this 2-pack when I was out. Him and what's her name?
Yeah, he has that diaper. Yeah,
well, that's what most of their humanoids have is that diaper crotch area, which I hate it. That's why I don't like the NECA humanoids.
Yeah, but the superheroes are running on a different buck, and there's enough leeway to actually get that range that you're looking for without it having that diaper effect.
Yeah, this one actually, I think they've addressed it a little bit. He's actually not bad.
Yeah, he's not too bad, but when you look at like Hal Jordan's, you got all the realistic humanoid figures. I'm talking about the comic book ones. Like
the comic book might be different, but I don't even look at them because of this crap.
Yeah,
so I don't even pay him much attention because I know this crap, and so I'm like, I don't want that crap. That's why. So
yeah. But superheroes, they did a lot better with. But the reason why it's like that is just because of the aesthetics. This is where Hot Toys come into place, where you like the soft goods over these plastic joints that give you these kind of V-cut style posability when it's not a V-cut. It's a ball joint.
Which one do I play with, Lou?
It depends on which scene you're going for. Which scene are you going for?
I don't know. I'm just pulling them out because I could. I don't know if you have this 2-pack yet.
I don't have the 2-pack yet. No, not yet.
I couldn't ever find the turtles, but I could find all the other cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
Apparently this 2-pack's not easy to find either.
It's not easy to find in certain places. Other places like heavily stocked.
What was funny is the Walmarts, because I got this up there in Tidewater area, because I was visiting my folks. They're in Tidewater, and which is southeast Virginia, right there on the coast. And I was up there and I went to like all these Walmarts, like maybe I'll find the turtles finally. Their NECA section was horrible. I mean, not like trashed. I'm talking about like they had like one NECA piece, and in this case they had the 3 of those 2-packs for that. And that was it. The other stuff they had was Funko Pops and like these other basketball player things. I don't even know what they are. Like this big. They look kind of like Funko Pop bobblehead things, but I don't know what they were. There's a whole bunch of basketball players. That's all they had. At like 5 or 6 Walmarts I went to up there. I was like, what in the hell?
That's my target NECA section because we don't have Walmart out here. And the NECA sections are always bad. Always. No love.
It's infuriating. OG fan with Star Wars was just Star Wars with the super.
Oh yeah, he got his animated Boba Fett.
Look at the super chat.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take their thing. That's their thing.
I can do it.
Wobble. There we go.
Wobble. Now you get into some type of DJ stuff. You gotta throw some bills when you do the wobble.
Here we go. My mutant enemy thing. Finally won auction 4. Oh, dude, you did win it. That's awesome. You were talking about this last night when we were on Best of the Best. You got your animated Boba Fett. You finally won that auction. Sweet. That's awesome. So, long story short, OG fan has been trying desperately to win an auction for the animated Boba Fett, and every time he thinks he's going to win it, he doesn't. And he says, this 4th time now, we finally won it. So that's awesome. Got the animated Boba Fett is coming home. Now instead of must have, I will have all Boba Fetts.
Yep. Congratulations, bro.
I kind of want him too, and I'm sad because I didn't really care enough about Boba Fett when he was on like retail.
Yeah.
I liked Boba Fett, but I wasn't all in Boba Fett until he came into The Mandalorian. Again, we're on a tangent. I apologize. You guys tune in for Aliens, but Boba Fett, I thought he was fine, but I thought that he was kind of overblown. I thought people were just like, Boba Fett. I was like, dude, he only had I was one of the people, he only had 2 minutes of screen time between both movies. I was like, come on, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. He looks cool. I get you, but calm down. But so I didn't jump on the Boba Fett train until I saw him in The Mandalorian. And he just, the tragedy episode, and he was just badass. I was like, okay. Now I can understand the Boba Fett thing, and let's buy a Boba Fett. So I went up with the 40th, the ESP 40th, the one that looks like the packaging and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Boba Fett story, too long for this, but thank you for the super chat, OG fan, dude. That's awesome. That's
congratulations,
awesome. Man. Barrett says congrats. Don Prime says Disney is selling Life Day merch at the parks. Cool. Yeah, I try not to think about I'm like George Lucas. I try not to think of Life Day. I mean, the cartoon bit with Boba Fett was kind of cool, but the rest of it, ugh. I don't know where they got their Wookiees from, but they remind me of Land of the Lost kind of special effects and stuff. The same people. They had that furry Wookiee looking thing in Land of the Lost too. I forget what the character's name. Dude, another super chat.
It looked like the Lego Wookiees.
What did you just say? Don't make me go, dude. I'm not trying to step on anything, OG fan, dude. I love the Fett, but I didn't understand. I'm admitting that I didn't understand the fascination with the Fett until he was actually given some screen time. I mean, because in the first 2 movies, he didn't have a lot. When I say the first 2, I mean the second and third one, not the first one, obviously. But he didn't have a lot to go on. You're just like, he looks cool. But do I want to go all Fett because he looks cool? I don't. I mean, he could sit there and have like a balloon voice, yeah, man, let's go do this, man. Let's just... And then he wouldn't have been as cool as he looked. He'd just be like laughing.
Here we go.
So until Mandalorian, I held my guns, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, for me, the animated series was past my time, and I didn't know about it till later on. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I could appreciate that from afar, and that's about it.
So that's about the Christmas special with Life Day. It's not the animated series. I mean, there was animated portions of it, which is what I was talking about. But,
See, look, that's how much of it that I actually know of. You know, it's like, oh, that's a cool take on it, but not for me.
no, there's nothing cool about the Christmas special, man. Other than the fact that you can reference it,
And the Mythosaur.
and that you see Boba Fett riding a Mythosaur. That's about it.
Yeah.
All that's cool about it. The animation style reminded me of Heavy Metal, the movie, though. They use a lot of that animation style, the same type of 70s, 80s animation style.
Yeah, was
let's
it
see.
He-Man style of animation? You know, the Barbera.
It wasn't Hanna-Barbera. That was a different animation style. It was the kind where I think they would film humans and like draw all over them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Let's see. So, let's see. Barrett, $200 less than what I was willing to pay. Nice, sweet. Freaking rocking the deal there, man. $200 less than what you were prepared to pay. That's awesome.
Nice.
Chaka was his name and line of the lot. Yeah, thank you, Chaka. Thank you. Let's see. OG fan. Boba Fett's undying allure is this. In the greatest sequel in the cinema history, Empire Strikes Back, and only 3 minutes of screen time is established that. No, I get you, man. I get that. It's established that Fett and Vader have a history and probably beef, e.g., example, Vader's pointed admonishment of no disintegrations this time. Fett's sardonic reply, as you wish. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. That was cool. I'm not knocking that. I didn't buy it enough to jump on this huge hype train. I felt like, all right, if you guys are, you're fans of Wolverine, right? And you might have been a fan of Wolverine before the X-Men movies, right? And you're like, yeah, man, I like Wolverine. Wolverine's badass. And then all of a sudden, you get the X-Men movies, and Wolverine's everywhere. And you can't look on any comic book without him being on the cover. And just for no reason, he might not even be in the book, but they're just selling you Wolverine and Wolverine and Wolverine. That's how I felt like they did Fett. Not quite as hardcore, and that was what kept me away from Fett, because they just kind of, pushed him in your face like, this guy's badass and this is where you're going to want to be because we tell you to. And I was like, no, I'll form my own opinion over the time it takes for me to get to know this character.
Maz just doesn't like the power of suggestion.
That's right. I want to make my own choices. I'm my own person.
He wants to suggest. He wants to suggest it to other people, though.
Yes. Wait, no.
Got him.
OG fan says, Fett out with everybody in the pursuit of capture the Falcon without even leaving the executor fee type ISH there. So a best Han Solo, who was previously the badass in Star Wars, only Han shot. Yeah, I don't like that they changed that Han shot first thing. That was annoying. He tersely approaches Vader. He's no good to me dead. After Vader torture Han, and what if he doesn't survive? He's he's a lot. Yeah. No, dude, I'm with you, man. Back talks, thrice to Vader. Yeah, dude, I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you, OG fan. I get you, but I wasn't gonna go jumping down the road of buying all these, Boba Fett hot toys for those few lines. As cool as they were, when he stepped up with that Phoenix Rising moment in the tragedy, that's when I was like, I need a Boba Fett. That's when I was sold. I'm sorry. So about aliens, I even have Boba Fett handling aliens, dude. We can talk about Boba Fett. Let me just put this picture up so we can still talk about it. How about that? Hold on.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Hold on.
Oh shoot.
No, don't oh shoot nothing.
Oh shoot. Nah. Balance and weight and NECA and joints.
All right, there we go. Now we can talk about Boba Fett and alien stuff. There we go.
Speaking of which, let me see.
So you got me. You see, Boba Fett. He's like the Hicks type character. I mean, he's the badass. He's not going to have the. Oh, there we go. Super chat. Hold on. Oh, Chief fan, you give me a lot to read, man. I did a lot of reading already once today. Hold on. Let me go back.
He did say he was getting old, man. He did say he was getting old.
Let's see. He escapes our heroes after getting paid with his bounty, frozen carbonite, and sails off into the sunset to collect another check for the same dude, Big Pimp. These events force Luke to abandon his training. He be defeated by Vader and left for dead, clinging to the weather vane. Dark days for rebellion indeed.
We know the story.
Yes, I know he dies a punk bitch in Return of the Jedi. No, it didn't take me all day to come up with this. And yes, I saw Empire in 1980 when released. That's the rub. And there's the super chat. Thank you again for the super chat. Huge fan. No, man, we're cool, man. I just need to throw in a picture for reference. So we're still kind of holding on the aliens topic, right? So in my world, we got Boba Fett in there mixed in because Disney owns it all now, right? So let's where's this crossover, right? Let's get some Star Wars Aliens crossovers, Star Wars Predator crossovers. Let's get the Fett involved with something better than that live action series that he just had that just made my heart hurt. Yeah, that just made me sad the whole time I was watching it. There we go. See, this is the kind of Fett that I want, man. The kind that could sit there and face down and not be ridiculed by Fennec Shand and some hammerhead looking dude that keeps running away from him. And syndicate people and just getting treated like a chump, man. This guy didn't need no Power Rangers on Vespas. I'm just saying this is the Fett that we needed, not the one that needed all that support, man.
Word.
But we'll leave that there for a minute while we talk some more aliens. But so, any case, 88 we finally get our own alien comic book by Dark Horse, and until that point, Dark Horse was a relatively small publisher.
Oh yeah, definitely. They didn't have many things to show off. They had Witchblade, Darkness.
I don't even know.
And that was before. I think that was it was like a shared venture with Top Cow at one point in Image. So it was like a whole cluster with them.
Was it shared with Image? I thought that was its own separate thing.
When I say shared with Image, is because the artist owns the character. So when the artist left Image, joined into Top Cow and into Dark Horse. So it's like, kind of like with the TMNT. You have Image versions of the TMNT.
Yeah, you get the IDW versions of the TMNT as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you mean by Image, right? Because IDW, I think, was an offshoot of Image, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Don Prime. Buy more cool alien stuff. Dude, thanks for the super check because I need to buy a new queen, dude. All right, so this queen is broken. In fact, I had her body in the trash up until yesterday.
You broke her?
Dude, I was trying to get her neck to do this.
You need to...
I was trying to get her to move her head. And her head was staying almost like this the entire time. And I was like, I was trying to heat up the joint and move it because I could see that there was a joint there, right? There was one of those hinge joint things or whatever, and I was like, "Come on, man, come on, move!" And finally, it just snapped. I guess I just worked it, and it snapped. So I was not pleased. But hindsight thing is now I got it glued in the position I've been wanting to have it in. Just the problem now is that I can't. This guy was free anyway. I got him for free.
Yeah.
So I can't complain because she came with a broken inner jaw that none of her inner jaw fit. They couldn't give me parts for her. They were like, you know what? We'll just send you your money back and keep the figure. This was Big Bad Toy Store, so they treat me right.
If I remember correctly, I was able to get the head to do that. And you know how I did that? I rotated the entire neck.
I couldn't rotate the neck. It won't turn. I don't want to break the damn glue, but it won't turn past a certain point either.
Well, that's where
as far as it goes.
Yeah, I heated mines up, and to get that look, I had to heat mines up where it was soft enough and pliable where I could actually rotate it the way I wanted it, and then put it back when I was done taking my shot.
Well, I got it. I got it where I need it now, so it's okay. But the point is, I'll never be able to put the head back, and I've lost her spines because her head never went back, up this far, so the spines would never fit on her. Because the head would just impact the spines and mess them all up, and it was just infuriating to mess with this figure.
Definitely
put the weight on her, but now she looks cool. So I'm gonna probably shoot her again soon. But I think I want to buy another one. Not that you can; they're not available anymore. I was looking online after I broke her. I was like, she's like $300 unless you want a knockoff, and then knockoff you're paying for other problems probably.
Oh yeah,
Quality
you're gonna
control
have
on this figure.
No.
The quality control on this figure was just horrible. I mean, I had, like I said, her neck just would not move. I mean, I literally snapped. Dude, not only did I snap her head off, but when I tried to, because there's a peg in there, right?
Yep.
And when I snapped it off, I broke the peg, and I tried to drill it out, and finally I realized I couldn't get it to come out. So I was like, fine, I'll just drill down and I'll put my own little toothpick or something in there to set the head back on, and allow it to move around and stuff. It won't be stable, but I'll be able to pose it, right? But when I did that, I was like, well, before I do all that, let's see if I can get this damn thing to swivel like it's supposed to. Because you see when you get this head off that there's a vertical kind of slice that it should be able to move back and forth like that, right? So I got the drill bit. I don't even know what I did with it, but I got the drill bit like halfway down there and tried to use it as leverage after heating it up and pulling it just to move it. Snapped the drill bit. Still did not move. The drill bit is now stuck in there. So that's when I was like, oh, bugger this. So, to answer your question, Paul, no, the Resurrection one is brown. This is your Aliens one. This is the blue one. The Resurrection one was brown, like the Resurrection Xenomorphs are, like this. So I wouldn't be adverse to the brown one. Although Resurrection, it had just moments in the movie I enjoyed. I wouldn't say I really liked that movie, particularly when they introduced the baby. Ugh, just horrible.
See, I need to get that. I need to get my hands on the baby.
I don't need it, but I'll probably want it.
No, I need to get my hands on it because it's you only need one. You don't need to get a bunch. You just need one in the collection, and that's it.
I never liked the design of it, man. Just horrible.
I thought it was cool. It did what it was supposed to do: shock you and grotesque you and repulsified by it. Like, I don't want it. Kind of like, I don't need it. Get it, kill it, burn it with fire.
It just seemed like evolutionary, a step backwards, Because I mean, it was soft. It was. If this had gotten stuck in the airlock or stuck in that little thing, it would have gone through the window without getting ripped apart because its skin would have held up to it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. That goes to show you what happens when man tries to play God with something that they don't understand, and they reverse engineered something that's supposed to be perfectly like indestructible when it wasn't, because it wasn't indestructible.
No. It did unfortunately kill that queen with just knocking its head off, and I didn't believe in that either, given how weak it turned out to be against the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
It just seemed like just badness. So
yeah.
But yeah,
it is what it is.
Is there any particular alien story that you want to talk about tonight? Or if I cut you off, you can go into what you're saying and then come back.
Most of the stuff that I've seen when it comes to Xenomorphs has been the AVP comics and stuff like that. Like one of the ones I remember is the Red War with the Red Queen alien versus the Red.
I haven't read that one yet.
That one right there.
They introduced the king. They introduced the king alien.
No, not that alien. There's a queen alien that's red. That's it's a queen. It's not a red king alien. It's just a queen alien versus the other one, and they have red xenomorphs versus the black xenomorphs, and it was just a crazy story. It's been so long since I've read it and seen it. I just it was just bad, bro. It was just bad just to see two queen aliens ready to go at it, and NECA did figures of it too. In which
there you go. Don Prime is telling us Hive Wars is the name of
Hive Wars. Thank you.
Praetorian alien. So I'll need to track that one down too. I think I have some of Hive Wars though. I don't have all my alien books out here because I forgot to go pull them all out in case I want to reference them. I was looking to see if I had Dark Horse Presents number 24 though, because that's the origin of the alien, the Xenomorph, and I really wanted to read that because I hadn't read it, but I was looking and I have Dark Horse Presents number 1 and I have a lot of them going up there and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have it. No, there's a hole. No. Why is 24 not in there? I saw your little one though.
Yeah, that was my cue because in about 30 minutes we got Figure Flex Wars on Lael's channel, and I got to do the judging.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Hopefully I'll come out looking good on that one, man.
we shall see, because there's a lot that we have to talk about. Don't touch that, baby. Give me.
Don't touch that dial.
No, it's garbage. Thank you. Go. Bye.
I just want to watch it.
No, go. Bye. Bye. Go to your mom. Bye bye.
Give me that.
Yeah, she's like her mom. Hand out. Give me that.
I'm hoping this one takes the cake, man. I think this was my favorite of the ones I shot.
Give me.
Yeah, it's dope. Give me one moment.
I don't usually do rain work, man. This was crazy. But yeah, all week I did shots. You can go to Maz's Toy Box on Instagram there. It's no apostrophe for the S because it doesn't let you do that. Then underscores between each word. But, you know, you can come check these out. This is all for Alien Day. I did the whole week. Then on actual Alien Day, we got this one here, which all of this was in camera. Even the explosion. This explosion is just cotton, guys. It's just batting. That's all it is, man. And I did some airbrush to it with some oranges and some reds and left some whites in there. And no blacks. I used the reds for the darker areas and not actually black. So all that darker area looks a bit more natural, in my opinion, than if you were to use a black. And of course, airbrush is where it's at. If you don't have one of those, you know, they're not cheap. So, you know, you got to see if it warrants it. But yeah, that explosion was rocking, I thought.
Yeah, brother. Like this. This is rocking. You can't. With that.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in. Hold on. I gotta find my mouse. It's always in the wrong spot.
There you go.
Did you make that 4?
Huh?
Did you make that 4?
No. This came with my extreme sets.
Why don't I ever find those things, man? I love that. It's awesome.
Big Bad Toy Store, bro. Big Bad Toy Store.
Right.
So I can use this as a wall. I can use this as a floor. You know, saves me trouble. The only thing I can't do is wet it.
See, I wet the crap out of the floors.
Yeah,
then I did this one. This was on Wednesday because Wednesday is also Predness Day. So staying with the aliens, I did, you know, my alpha predator versus the aliens, and there's my queen back there before I broke her. You notice I can't get her head to tilt up at all. You can't see any of that crown or tilt down. I mean, that's how she would stay, and that's why I was trying to futz with her. I was like, man, I need to be able to show that crown, right? You know.
Yeah. You know what I want to do, man? I want to take this ancient predator, being that he was the first predator, and see if I could, like, give him some type of tech armor and recolor him and make him look different, like an ancestor who looks like his great grandfather, just all teched out.
Loco Lu may have said wedding because he is getting married, guys.
Yeah,
you guys weren't aware. Loco Lu he's common law married, right? But now you're gonna get married. Is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna get married. So
yes.
You know, thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Now we're just going through the you know, due diligence of all that and whatnot. And you know, we've been together for 8 years.
So you're common law married because it's 7 years for common law marriage.
Yeah, exactly. So we're good, but we're making it official. I asked her 4 years ago. We've been postponing, and it's finally gonna happen.
But you didn't wait to have the kids, though. I see.
Hell no. She and I have a timeline, bro. Like I did not want to be old dealing with teenagers.
I'm kidding with you, man. I'm kidding with you.
No, seriously, I didn't want to be dealing with teenagers. I was not waiting for nothing.
Don Prom wants you to get married at New York Comic Con 2022.
She doesn't want that.
It's all about what she wants, guys. Don't forget. It's all about what she wants.
We're going to do that, and then we're going to have my version of a Comic-Con wedding. So she's going to dress up as whatever hero she thinks that will look good in the dress. And then I'm going to walk around with a helmet and a tux. So I may go in with some black Boba Fettness, if you know what I mean. All black. With a Boba Fett helmet, all black.
So Lou, back to aliens. You saw this shot, right? I wish I got this one a little brighter though, because in this scene, Hicks is showing a white blue light on the alien, but I couldn't get that to land right on him. It was washing out too much. I didn't have a thin enough snoot, so I left it, like pre-lit. I think that kind of hurt its chances on Instagram. That made it too dark. But I still
Well,
like it.
it looks good, but see, here's the thing. It's when from film to a photo. In film, it's trying to like, did I really look at that? And then you see it move. It gives you the jump scare,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This doesn't give you the jump scare like it's attended to for the actual filming portion. This just shows you what's there. And I think being that it's red, it kind of throws it off a little bit. If it was more of the blue like he was originally trying to do, I think people would get it. And I know how this was done, obviously flipped upside down. You know,
Yeah. I flipped the actual picture upside down, not the. I didn't try to rig them up to hang upside down because
exactly.
For one, the
that's
diorama
exactly how
only.
it was filmed too, right?
Say again?
That's exactly how it was filmed too.
Probably, yeah, probably. They had their tails tied to the body though, so they wouldn't fall funny. They were all like bunched up and tied to them, which I didn't have to worry about here because you know they got wires in them and they hold them wherever I want to put them. So the tails aren't where they were, like all kind of rolled up and bunched up next to their shoulders and stuff. But one of the things that was important though is the scene is red in the movie because the red emergency lights are on in the room that they're in when they're reading the meters, and when they look up, that light spills in there and makes it all red. The problem is Hicks then shows a flashlight, which is a white blue light, and I tried to get it, and it just didn't pan out. The light was hitting too much. I couldn't make it smaller. I couldn't make it small enough. I didn't.
You know what would work? Finger light. Those
I didn't have one.
Cheap finger lights on Amazon. You could get like 50 or 100 of them for like $25 or something like that.
Well, when I posted this on the or was it the Articulated Comic Book group on Facebook, the comments were they thought this was a still from the movie. they're like I legit thought this was the movie. So
that's good.
That was what I was going for though, so it was nice to hear, man. It was really nice to hear.
That's good. That's good.
They're the wrong aliens though. Again, if you look, these are the resurrection aliens and not the camera aliens. But that's because I like the way the dome plays on all the photos. You know, I love that. Yeah. Well, yeah, Don. Yeah, the LED probably could have worked, and yeah, I probably could have done. But A, I've spent too much money this week, so I couldn't go to the store and buy any. And B, I didn't have something that would be small enough. I probably, if I'd put more thought into it, probably could have rigged my Lume Cube to be even more of a pinpoint light. But I didn't. You know, it's been a long week of shooting a picture, making sure I have a picture for each day, and you know, I also have time to edit the pictures because even though I don't do a lot to these. You know, I do need to, you know, bring up the contrast and, you know, the clarities and the textures and play around with that. And it is a little time consuming. So, in fact, I forgot, and I just noticed now, I forgot to Photoshop out this joint here. I like to try to make sure to hit that too. So,
well, Maz, it's been a jam. I got to actually head out.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. We're not talking about the books anymore anyway, so we're going to wrap this up.
Well, I got to do my judging duties, and I also got to do some family duties. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, join the community tab. Don't forget to be a member to join in on the contest for the photos that Maz has been putting up. And yeah, catch us next time, you know.
Hell yeah. To get to Paul's question real quick, I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, Paul, as far as moving up and would it work better with the alien coming down as opposed to moving, like walking away from the camera? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because there's no movement on it other than it being recreated from a shot that was intended of them moving forward into getting their, you know, their lunch. So to speak.
One of the things I did struggle with though when I shot this, Lou, before you go, was my light source, the front light source. I initially, I'm not looking at it again.
But I get you. I'm listening.
I was not initially coming from down here with the light, which is where I should be coming down from it, right? Because this is upside down and I'm shooting it right side up. My light source originally was up here, and I was like, wait a minute. It should be down here because that's where the light would be coming in at from the hatch he looks up from, right? So we're supposedly looking through that hatch. So the light should be hitting right here and not on this side. So I had to reshoot it because of that too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, Lou, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. And if you're not already, guys, tuning in to 1/6 Scale Man, he'll be coming up. What time they go on tonight, Lou?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
I think it's 7:30. But I got other things to do as well on top of that. But also check me out at Loco Lu. And I got a couple of reviews that are supposed to be posting up. I've been delayed because of this whole new wedding situation, work and family stuff. You know, it's YouTube. It's not work too, because I don't get paid for it yet. When I get paid for it and I can enjoy my hobbies a little bit more, then I can. But, you know, in the meantime, I enjoy being with my friends like Maz and Lael and, you know, everyone else. Just be sure to, you know, stay tuned. You know, I know we go off on tangents, but that's what we do best. You know, me and Maz, we rant, and then we argue, and then we rant, and then we agree on stuff.
Still not going to agree on your scale there on that shot.
Well, I could prove it to you when the plastic suit Spider-Man
You can
comes.
prove the logistics of it, Lou, but the way it looks like it's out of scale, and it needed to be.
Well, you look out of
probably had a
scale,
blur.
man.
Yeah, I do. I look too big for my head, don't I?
No, you look too small for your head.
All right.
Nah,
but I don't want to keep
seriously.
any longer, man.
No, seriously. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. You be easy. And Maz, you're just wrong with the bricks, bro. Peace.
Yeah, guys, make sure to check out Lou's channel. His link's in the description below. And Paul, let me get to you real quick before I go. The aliens look like they're moving up. I meant tilt the picture from the back so the aliens appear to be moving downwards. I see where you're going with that, but if we're looking at the actual scene that I'm going for, this is actually how they would appear in the scene, because they're heading towards Hicks in the scene from Aliens. He's heading towards him. He's looking up from at the aliens from down here, and they're still crawling on the ceiling in between the floors. So this is, you know, a floor, you know, that's above them, and then Hicks and the crew are down. I'm using the wrong thing here. Hicks and the crew are down here, you know, down below this ceiling here, because this is a ceiling here, and this is a ceiling most likely here, and so this would be the angle that they see him as they're heading towards him. So that's the way it looked in the film. I'll go with Don. There's more aliens in the shot too, but they get lost. I used some of the James Cameron ones in the back here, but they get lost due to the lighting, because I didn't want to overlight the scene, because this is, you know, if I was going to get it to work with the white blue light shining on them, I wasn't going to, you know, overexpose the whole shot just to get those other aliens back there. So if you see them, that's great, but it doesn't look like we're seeing them. So there's like 5 aliens in the shot, and this is the way I intended to shoot. But I do see where you're coming from, Paul, but from what we were trying to do, it wasn't what I was trying to do. So anyway, enough about that, guys. If you like the channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and we'll see you guys Tuesday for toy photography. We're going to go over some more shots. We'll have some more shots to go over. We'll have some behind the scenes to go over. So check us out Tuesday at 6 p.m. for toy photography talk. And if you guys have any pictures you want to share, like want to have critiqued and maybe try to see what we're seeing, you know, another set of eyes to help you guys progress in your photography, if you're doing that, you know, hashtag Invader Moz on Instagram, or if you're in the Moz's Toy Box Facebook group, you can tag me there as well, and we'll look at those shots on Tuesday, and we'll go over that. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, if you like the channel, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time. You guys have a great night. Thanks so much.